This is my pet pigeon Kettle that I love so much. But there are a lot of things that I don't love about having a pigeon. So today we're going to be listing five things about having a pet pigeon that I don't love. I'm also going to be expanding on each topic so that you guys can get a little bit more information and maybe figure out whether having a pet pigeon is the right choice for you. And if you already have a pet pigeon, I don't know, maybe you can like relate to these or something. It's no secret that pigeons are messy animals. Ah! I said that, she immediately attacked me. Well, it's no secret that pigeons are messy animals, and especially Kettle. Bye. Kettle likes to make a lot of dust. I'm not kidding when I say I am vacuuming my floor every single day with like a portable vacuum. It's really bad. And if there isn't pigeon dust on the floor, it's in the air. And if it's not in the air, it's clogging up my air purifier, which is like really heavy duty, by the way. And there's still dust everywhere. Dust is probably the hardest thing to manage when it comes to pet pigeons, but it's not the only mess that they make. They also have a lot of feathers, like most birds tend to. Pigeons have the tendency to shed their feathers, which is about as annoying as it sounds. Normally, feather shedding is pretty minimal, but pigeons have what's known as a molting season. And this is when a pigeon, or like any bird really, sheds a bunch of their feathers in order to grow in new ones. It makes a lot of feathers on the floor, obviously, and it also makes a lot more dust, so have fun with that. And sometimes a molt can be really excessive to the point where the bird looks bald until the feathers come in. I also can't mention pigeons being messy without mentioning the obvious, which is their poop. Cats have their litter boxes, dogs have the outdoors, and birds basically just do whatever they want. I of course have pigeon pants so that Kettle doesn't destroy all of my belongings, but her cage is effectively her toilet. So literally every single day I have to make sure that her cage is clean because it's also where she lives. It's definitely not undoable, and after 3 years of having Kettle, I've definitely gotten used to it, but it's the more unglamorous side of having a pet pigeon that you should be aware of. It can be pretty difficult to find a vet for a dog or a cat, and that difficulty only increases when you're trying to find a vet for something more exotic, like a bird or a lizard. It increases even more when that bird is a pigeon. It's honestly insanely hard to find someone willing to treat a pigeon at all, and it's even harder to find somebody who knows how to treat a pigeon, if that makes any sense. The most crucial piece of advice that I can give to anybody even considering having a pet pigeon is to find a vet before you get the pigeon. If you can't find the means to take care of your animal if it gets sick, it's probably best that you don't have that animal. And I'm not just saying this for the animal's well-being, I'm saying it for your well-being as well. You don't want to be put in the situation where you have to helplessly watch your animal die. And that's not to say that that can't happen if you have a vet. It definitely can. But having a vet makes it less likely that that whole scenario would occur in the first place. So to reiterate one more time, if you want a pet pigeon, find a vet before you find the pigeon. Pigeons are naturally very social animals, and if you only have one, they're going to want to be around you all the time. Of course, I don't mind when Kettle wants to be close to me. Most of the time, she's really sweet, and if I didn't want a clingy animal, I would not have gotten a pigeon. However, even I have my limits. Kettle's clinginess sometimes knows no bounds. Anytime I leave a room, Kettle's one and only priority is to find me. Say we're in my bedroom, for example, like we are right now, and I decide I want to leave to like go get a glass of water or something. If I leave the door ajar even a little bit, she will try and squeeze through there in order to find me. On one hand, it's really cute, of course, but on the other hand, now I have to make sure that she doesn't either hurt herself or break anything. It also just feels bad to leave a clingy animal behind. I mean, she always wants to be with me, but I can't always be with her. I have school and I have like responsibilities and, you know, human stuff. The reality is that sometimes she just needs to be in her cage. Really, my dislike of Kettle's clinginess is more of what her clinginess can cause. I want her to be safe and I want her to be happy, and sometimes her clinginess makes that a little bit harder to maintain. You're so cute. Related to a pigeon's clinginess is the whole arsenal of sounds that they make. I'm sure at some point in this video, Kettle will make some kind of noise. Of course, they make cooing noises and it's so cute. I love when Kettle sings and coos and all of that. What I don't love is the sound of her flying back and forth, back and forth, back and forth in her cage. The only time she really flies back and forth is when she wants attention but can't have it. She tends to do it when I'm putting my shoes on and like about to leave, or really early in the morning. As soon as sun touches that window, it is back and forth, back and forth, back and forth in an attempt to wake me up. I want you to look at the bags under my eyes and ask me if it works. Honestly, the flying back and forth thing could just be a Kettle thing, but it's definitely something that I could do without. If you're watching this, you probably like birds, and I'm also willing to bet that you wear clothing. You do wear clothing, right? Mbrr Collective is a brand that sells clothing and merchandise for bird lovers like myself. You can get a huge variety of things like hats, bags, and of course clothing. I actually wear Mbrr Collective a lot in my personal life. My favorite collections so far are the Sparrow collection and the Loons collection. Mbrr Collective is offering a discount so that you guys can get some bird merch at a reduced price. You can find the sponsored link and code to Mbrr Collective in my link tree, which is in my description. Every purchase made with my coupon code or link earns me a commission, which helps me to continue to create videos. Thank you so much to Mbrr Collective for sponsoring today's video. Now let's continue our list. Most of my videos paint Kettle in a very particular light. She's cute and she's fluffy and she's cute. And while it is true that Kettle can be really, really sweet, it's also true that she can be the most evil, malicious, cold-hearted little bird that has ever roamed this earth. Honestly, it doesn't like hurt that much if Kettle bites me or whatever, but it does hurt my feelings when her mood rapidly changes. One second she's cooing and begging to be pet, the next she's trying to rip off my skin. Most of the time there's a little bit of a warning for these mood changes, but there are other times where it just happens. Moodiness is just kind of part of a pigeon's personality, most of the time anyway, and that's especially the case if you have a male pigeon, so I guess keep that in mind. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm like scratching my nose because Kettle is preening herself off camera right now and I'm getting itchy. So keep that in mind too. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Did anything on the list surprise you? Or if you have a pet pigeon, did you relate to any of these, or did I miss something? Because I feel like I missed something. I always love reading comments and responding to them. I try to respond to as many as I can. So hi guys, I hope you comment. If you'd like to see more of Kettle and I have social media, which is in the description of this video, and I also have a Patreon where you can see like more behind the scenes stuff of how I make these kinds of videos, and also just, you know, personal life stuff. All of that, all my social media and my Patreon especially, are in the description of this video. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye!